Rayleigh with the Social Tech team, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a seamless carousel post using Canva. What I love about the carousel post is it is something that's engaging to your audience. It encourages them. What I love about the carousel post is that it is a piece of content that is engaging to your audience. It encourages them to really swipe through and see all the information that you have there in the carousel post. Another great feature of a carousel post like this is that while it is one piece of content, the carousel post, when you save it and it's been dissected into segments, you really now have these individualized pieces of content that you can share independently. So when you're in a crunch for some content creation ideas, you already have something readily available that you can share, and it will look completely fresh and new because it's standing all by itself. So let's jump into Canva so I can show you how to create your seamless carousel post. Your first step is to log into Canva and go to Create a Design, and we're going to come up with a custom size. That size is going to be 4,000 by 1350. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to add some guidelines to this so that we can see exactly where we're going to place our content. You're going to go up to File, go to View Settings, Show Rulers and Guides. So we can see that we now have the rulers and the guides along the sides. We're going to drag one of our guides. We're going to create, in this particular case, we're going to create 4 evenly spaced canvases, but it's all going to run together. So I'm going to go over here to my guide on the left, my ruler on the left. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to drag. You're going to see I have this line, and I'm going to go to 1,000 at the top because I know I want each of these to be right around 1,000 spaces. And to set this up for each of the different areas, we're going to do this again. So I'm going to drag another line, and I'm going to go to 2,000 and then another one to 3,000. Okay, so now I have 4 evenly spaced sections. That's probably the trickiest part. From here, we're going to go ahead and add some elements. From here, let's search line and go to graphics, and then just scroll through until you find a line that you really love. I'm going to look for something that has a few different colors to it. Here's one. Now, if I see one that I like, if I click on these 3 dots, the 70s groovy line, and I go down here to see more like this, you'll see it's going to pull in all kinds of groovy lines. So I don't have to keep going back and searching for that same thing and scrolling through, all the way. That's a quick little tip for you there if you're ever trying to find multiples of similar designs. So I'm just going to use, I'll use this one. I'll drag it in, and I love this because it allows me to change the colors for my branding. So let me go ahead and put one of these in right here, and I'm going to drag this element so that you can see it crosses over between canvases. So I'll just make this one go between these 2, like so. And then I might take this one over here. Again, I can change the colors, which I love. And let's see, I'll make that one really big to kind of cross over. So I'm going to fade these a little bit. So I've got something on canvas 1, canvas 2, canvas 3, and canvas 4. So let me change these colors to my branding colors. All right, so I've got my branding colors in these squiggles. Let me fade these a little bit. So by doing that, I'm just going to click on this and click on the transparency tool, and I'll make it a little bit transparent, maybe 50%. And I'll do the same for this one, 50%, so they're a little bit faded. Okay, so I've got my 4 sections here, and let me add in some wording. All right, so our first canvas is complete. So now I'm going to move on to the second canvas and add in my text box with my first tip. And as you move that text box, you see that magenta box pop up. That's your guide. So you want to be sure that your text is landing inside of that guide, because when it's posting on social media, you don't want it to be cut off. So in fact, I'm going to move this over just a smidge. As you can see, let's see if I bump up into that guide, I don't want it to get cut off. So I want it to be right about there. Means I need to bump this over just a smidge. You should be good. Tip 1, and I'll create another one here, and we'll say this is tip 2. Again, paying attention to my guides, and I'm going to create a third one that says tip 3. All right, now let me grab my verbiage for my tips. So I'm going to do another text box. I'm going to include it right here. All right, so once you have your seamless carousel made, we still need to cut it up. So here's what we need to do. We're going to share this or save this to your desktop. I'm going to click download. I'm going to do it as a PNG, and I'm actually going to save this as a size 2 for a higher resolution. And I'm going to download this. Now that this is downloaded, I'm going to actually send this over to my phone. Doesn't that look great? It's all together, but that's too long to be putting into a post. We're going to divide this up into 4 separate images. So let me send this over to my phone, and there is a tool or an app that we're actually going to use to cut this up. So when I go to Unsquared, which is this little app right here, I'll click on the icon right down here to access my photos. I'm going to grab that recent photo, and you can see how long it is. But I say, yes, this is the photo that I want. And it defaults to 3, but remember, I want 4 sections. So I need to change this by clicking this little number down here from 3. And I want to say 4 pieces. So now it's dividing it into 4, and I'll click done. And it's divided it and saved it to my phone. So from here, when I go into Instagram and I want to create a post, I'm going to select this tool right here to do multiple images, and I'll start 1, 2, 3. And there are my 3 tips. I'll click next. And so when someone scrolls through, they're going to see my seamless carousel post.